don't forget registration. Look for the platform that makes you move to the base, from the roof to the base.
How is it going, guys? This is going to be a commentary of a 1 versus 1, which is actually going to be Macedon versus Rome, so, you know, something incredibly hard and difficult. I don't really know what to talk about, so I'll just tell you about my formation. Right now I was just thinking about what kind of formation I was going to build, and I just decided to do standard, kind of a copy off a Greek player, or the Greek players, just, you know, layering them up. And what I like about this formation is, it makes it easy to adjust your men. So, like, the men in the back row can easily be brought up to get the flank of the men in the top row, so you have no gaps. And it's just simple, and it looks decent, and, you know. So going into this battle, I knew it was going to be super hard, because a couple of things why Rome is so much stronger than Macedon in 1 versus 1. One, their infantry is stronger. Urbans can easily beat Royal Pike in 1-on-1, head-to-head. 2, their cav is stronger. Even with my 2 chevrons, their cav can still beat mine. The only advantage my cav has over theirs is just a slight cav charge. I think Praetorian cavalry have a 6 charge, and my companions have 9, so I do have a better charge than them. That means it's absolutely vital to get a good charge. If I get a good charge, I can take enough of their men down with my charge to be able to win in the melee. So that's pretty much sums it up. And with the Romans, the Pila, he'll take about quarter of my army probably just with the Pila. So that's going to be pretty annoying. Alright, so I don't want to engage him 1-on-1. He sees my army, and he sees that I have no archers, which that would be suicide to take archers in a 1 versus 1, because I couldn't really protect them, because I'd either have a lack of infantry or a lack of cav. I don't know if you can hear those people in the background, but it doesn't matter. So he's, well, like any sane person's going to do, he's going to split up his army. Nothing I can really do. I don't want to split my army into 2. 1, that would require a lot of micro, which I don't really feel like doing. And 2, I really need to keep my guys in a group with all their pikes so I can, you know, box up when I need to, which is going to be very, very soon because of their huge infantry advantage, and, you know. So I don't want to split up. He actually does catch my Pila Guard there. Pila Guard. To be honest, I don't even know why I put that Pila Guard there. It's pretty much useless, as my tight units get attacked anyway, so from the flanks, because he's going to encircle me, but I don't know, I guess it was just habit. I really want to push my cav forward. I want to see how far I can push him, if I can get to his rear before he'll push me back, if he's going to be very, you know, defensive with his cav, or he's going to be aggressive. So I always like to do that just to test how defensive or offensive they're going to get. He's going to go for a quick charge on my flank here, but I'm going to see it. I'm just going to put my pikes down, and he smartly pulls back. He might have gotten my Pila shield, but I'm not worried about it anyways. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start building up my flank. It's a bit early, but, you know, better soon than never. Anyways, so I see that he's going to start moving his cav off to my left, which tells me that he is going to be pretty aggressive with his cav and infantry. I mean, he's not going to let me have complete flank dominance, which is always smart, because I can go in for quick charges. Right away, I realize that to win this game, I'm first going to have to kill his cav. That's the main thing. Secondly, I'm going to have to kill his cav before his infantry kills my infantry. So I'm kind of pressed for time, and that'll lead me to be pretty, you know, audacious in taking risks with my cav, which isn't always the best thing when you're, you know, forced so much to rely upon your cav. Just gonna go ahead and start flanking with that infantry hardcore, and I'm just trying to micro my cav. I'm really bad with cav work at the moment. I really gotta start practicing. But I've been playing a lot more 15k lately, so I have a feeling that's kind of helping me with my cav work, which always, you know, ends up better in 31k. So he's going like all the way around my flank. I'm pulling units back from my right flank because he's not applying too much pressure there and sending them to my left, and it's kind of making my box smaller. He's keeping his cav very close to his engaged infantry, which is always a good idea when you're fighting pikes. If his cav was anywhere else while his infantry was engaged in my pikes, I could easily do hammer and anvils. So, yeah. I'm just going to keep on talking so you can hear all the people in the background. Even if you can hear the people in the background. But, you know, me and Dan, when we live in a house with other people, and that might be a bit troublesome for YouTube commentary and whatnot, but it sure is a heck of a lot cheaper than owning your own house, so I think we'll live with it for now. And my house is incredibly noisy. Like, noise travels extremely quickly in this dang house. I mean, I can go from my computer desk, which is like right by my bed, probably 3 feet from my bed, to my bed at night without waking the whole house up, so it's kind of sad. Anyways, enough about my living quarters. He's keeping on surrounding me with the infantry. I'm just going to keep on forming up my box, you know, making it a little better, closing the gaps, making not too rough edges. I want to put those 2 pike in there. Just kind of assert some force. Assert some force there, where I'm wanting to charge his cav there, but I can't do it until that infantry gets engaged. So my plan right now is I'm going to kind of push up his infantry, my infantry, towards his cav and engage his infantry, so I can get a charge in with his cav on my cav, if that makes any sense. Pike 1 versus 1, I'm telling you, especially with Macedon, it's just such a hard matchup, so you really have to think about what you're doing, and that's what I'm doing now. I mean, I really have to play, like, my top game. My opponent just has standard Rome army. He's a BH player with a different PID, but, Pompey. But, just got a very standard Rome army, no archers, which is kind of helpful to me, actually. It's just a less pain, because remember, Macedon already has this horrible morale, so flaming arrows will just destroy me, and it's very sad. Here, I'm going to go ahead and group that rear, and because it's so oddly shaped, I'm having a bit of a problem, like, matching up correctly with the rear of my, other infantry. I see his cav going for those cav. For some reason, I clicked attack on those, but those calves will not run to save my life. So I'm having a bit of problems. I really hate the wake. I won't rage too much, but cav could be a bit more responsive. But, you know, cav work better in Realm 1 than they do in Realm 2 at least. Alright, I'm going to go for the charge on right there. He's going to move. He's going to kind of... Oh, and right there. You see how bad? I can't even, like, turn my pike before they rout. But I'm going to go for that charge. Problem is, those supporting infantry. I got a nice charge on his flank, so that's going to get me a lot of kills. But those infantry are just going to destroy me, along with, you know, my already bad morale. So, there's not much hope in this pike for now, for my cav. So I realized that my cav are in a bad spot, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to pull them out and save, you know, what little cav I can. Right now, that was probably the worst thing in the world for me. I have to have my cav to survive. But, yeah, I lost quite a bit of cav there. But luckily, I can pull most of it away. I actually get all of it away because he doesn't chase it. But I lose quite a few men. But nothing I can do now. I'm just going to keep building that flank because I see he's trying to get the flank on my left side. While still keeping my right side secure because he does have those 3 Urpins over there. So all my cav comebacks, it looks like 2, 4, 6, yeah, just depleted quite a bit. But if you look at his cav, which I'll go to it close in a second when I check his numbers. If you look at his cav, he doesn't have, yeah, he still has a cav advantage because his cav was already better, and he does have a bit more men than I do, but it's still, I can still win this, just because my, wow, Like, still win it just because I have enough cav to beat his cav if I play it perfectly. Otherwise, you know, I'm dead. If I pull another one of those stunts, I'm dead because that was some really bad cav work there. I'm trying to not just blob up and let him keep attacking and pulling back, attacking, pulling back. I want to assert that I am, you know, a little bit more aggressive with my pike and that I will push. So I'm never just going to stay. I'm always going to keep pushing him back every time he pulls. You know, unless he has so many infantry and cav support. I realize here that I should have my cav split up on two sides because, like right there, if I had some cav over there, I could have been doing hammer and anvils, getting quick charges in on his infantry. But it was a bit too late for that. And I'm pretty sure even if I would have pulled my cav earlier, he would have followed with his cav, so it didn't matter too much. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull my cav over there. That guy starts attacking, and I'm going to pull him back because I don't have pikes to spare. He keeps using the Testudo trick on me, which is basically you put your infantry into Testudo, your urban cohorts, into Testudo in defensive mode, or guard mode, and then you click behind the pike, and literally you will walk through the pike and break in the middle and take the pike out of formation, which just destroys it. And it's quite annoying. So I layer up my pikes where I have at least, you know, 2 pikes in a layer. So when he does break through my first pike, my second pike will get him pinned. And that helps a bit, but it's still quite annoying. He's moving his cav over here, and I decided that I actually want to try to attack his cav. So I'm going to take that, what once was my Pila shield, out of loose formation, and just bring him up to act as a guard against that cav. I'm going to go for the charge, and he's going to pull back, so I'm going to pull back as well, because I don't want to go any farther than my line of pikes are, because that would be behind his infantry, and he could just pull back the infantry and slaughter me. So I just want to keep however far I'm extending. I can go ahead and push forward. I'll put him in pike mode, but his infantry, it'll destroy that pike pretty much. But he's going to go ahead and charge that one little pike that would die anyways with all his cav, and that gives me the perfect opportunity to charge, so I'm going to take it, as well as bringing up 2 infantry, and I catch his cav while it's trying to run away, and pretty much just get that charge that I wanted. You can see, I'm fixing, but you can see it was kind of an insta route on quite a bit of his cav, and whenever cav's left, I'll out-manage it, or out-melee it, because I have the numbers. Plus I have a pike on each side. So right there, that was exactly what I needed, but it's still pretty even because of his infantry advantage. If you look on my left flank, his infantry is starting to push through because I'm so, you know, lacking in men. 2 of his cav are going to come back, but I'm going to start chasing them, but I don't know why I did that. That was just, yeah, not a good idea to just chase cav around my map, because my cav could have been a lot more effective over here. He's going to try to run through my infantry, which is going to work and take out a lot of my men. But, I mean, right now it's a do or die. Those infantry have to hold, otherwise I'm completely screwed. At least long enough for my cav to get back. You can see I'm having a bit of a hard time. I should be microing those 3 pikes I have over there, trying to get on this flank like I am with this one, but he's going to be smart and pull back so I can't catch him on the flank. I'm going to catch one of his cav here, just because I'm kind of running in the same direction, and I almost ran into him without charging, but there goes one of my pikes, and I can see that, like, if you get down close, you can tell that the pikes are kind of dwindling, so I'm going to have to bring up my general, which I generally want to keep my general out of combat, because if he dies, massive morale blow. I have no choice there because he's pretty much healthy. I'm going to get ready for the charge on the rear. But right now, my cav is so vital, I have to save every bit of my cav. And, so it has to be the perfect charges. I don't even want to charge through. Even though I could probably route that infantry, it would not be as effective on the cav behind, on the infantry behind. Like, engaged in my men. So I'm not going to chance it. I mean, like I said, my cav is vital. I have to save every bit of it. So I'm going to go out for the flanks and see if I can't wedge in between. Which, you know, I've heard some people say that flank charges like that are actually more effective than direct rear charges. Because you can do an effective run through more effective with your cav, and apparently it's more damaging for morale because I mean it's a slice charge. So I'm coming in with both sides, keeping 2 cav in reserve for the counter charge of those infantry when they run in, and I don't get a route, which is quite depressing, but you can see it did the run through, so that is trampling a lot of men. So one of those guys' routes, I've got to get my cav out of there because they'll just get destroyed in melee with those urbans. And with my other 2 cav, I charge in and route his general. Thank God. That gives me a bit of a melee, or a bit of a morale. In fact, one of my cav routes was depressing, and another one of my cav routes trying to pull out of those urbans, but they just have such a high melee. It's really devastating to cav trying to pull out. I see that cav lingering over there, and I just want to go ahead and take care of it because it's never a good idea to have cav behind your flanks, even if it's probably not going to do that much damage. It's still cleaning up routing units and, you know, just harassing my cav. Right here, this is where the battle starts to really turn in my favor. Well, I guess you could say the battle started turning in my favor when I killed his cav, but it's still pretty even just because of his infantry advantage. But now that I got a route on his general, I'm starting to deplete his guys. It's looking a lot better for me, even if my infantry still is routing. I mean, those urbans are just relentless, and they're starting to break through that small gap. I think that if he would have ran through that gap, just done a run through, it would have destroyed a lot of my pikes. But I'm still being a bit cautious with my cav. I feel like I could have gone in with more charges and, you know, been more effective, but I was just playing as cautiously as I could. It's really important to going in with a charge there, and that's 2 routed units, so that was quite good. I'm just going to start attacking and being a bit more aggressive with those pikes now that the infantry's about even, and I still have my cav to work with, so I'm going to go ahead and attack. I go for a charge there, but I see that his infantry are actually pulling back, so I'm going to stop. This charge, it killed a lot of my cav doing that run through, but it also did a lot of damage to his infantry, so pretty much 7 pins right now. And the only thing I have to do is just get all of his infantry engaged, and do one massive charge to rout them all at one time, or I can just keep picking off individual units one at a time with my cav, because I have enough cav. You see, that one unit of 22 cav is quite a bit. And 2 of my units actually have 3 chevrons, so that's pretty impressive stats. Pretty good. I might have a bit far back there, but it doesn't matter that much. I like watching the replays and commentating because I can openly, you know, critique myself and say everything that I could have done better. Once again, I could have went for that charge, but decided to just not lose any of my cav to that one infantry. And my pikes are doing pretty well against his infantry, so there's not a real rush for time. I'm just going to go slightly right. It's kind of pointless, to be honest, but whatever. Now that I pretty much have it, it's going to be a rout. Bang, bang, bang. All the infantry's dead. So that's a very good game to my opponent. I have another video that I'll upload soon. Another 31k 1 vs 1 against Pompey again. Rome vs Rome. And I actually take Praetorian cohorts instead of urban cohorts because, you know, just, you know, to play around. But very good game. I'll show you the what do you call this thing? The yeah, battle results. I'll show you what kind of kills I got. My companion cavalry did the majority of the work with almost 100 kills each, except on one of those guys because he must have died during that first cav engagement. But anyways, good game, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos from me and Dan.